So yesterday I made a video and I talked about cow fattening. But on a flip of it, I discovered that I did not, share out everything in that video. That video was about 8 minutes video, and I did not really share out how you can make money from cow fattening business. And I'm just sitting down at this park today, and just it's summer here in the United Kingdom, and today we have about 31 degrees, and it's a little bit hot. And I'm just sitting down in this park and trying to calm my head down while sipping a bottle of water. And let me not call the other one. And I felt that I should talk to us about this cow fattening and why people that are serious about agriculture should think about it. Now, I'm going to give out a secret. It is not just, it's just a common, when I say it, you will discover that it's just a common sense. But so many people have not thought about it probably in this way. And that is why they will not do it. And as usual, anytime I like to give out a secret like this, I normally say, hey, if I give you this secret, will you subscribe to this channel? So now let's make a deal. I'm a honorable man. If I give you this secret and you feel it makes sense, do not just pass this video. Subscribe to this channel. Do we have a deal? Now, if that's a deal, let's go. So now, when it comes to cows, I have stayed with the Fulanis and I have discovered a secret from them. Now, before I go into this secret, I would like to tell you something so that we can either agree on it or disagree on it. If someone have a cheaper way of doing something, if someone have a cheaper way of rearing animal or doing business, he will always beat the other person that probably he has a more fantastic idea in his mind, but the way that he's doing it is more costly. So that means his product is usually very expensive in the market. So now let's talk about it. If you are doing broilers, for instance, and everybody have a cage, everybody have his own poultry house, and everybody buy feed in the market, there are chances that the prices of the broilers will come out and become the same. The same thing with layers, the same thing with fish farming. But when it comes to livestock farming, like goat farming, like cattle farming, like cow farming, I will stick with cow because we are talking about cow in this video. You see that the person that have the cheapest way of rearing his animal is the person that will have more profit. And it is the person that you cannot compete with. One of the reasons why cattle farming have been very expensive, have not been doing very well in the southern Nigeria, is because the Fulanis have a cheaper way of doing cow. Now, I did not say a more ethical way of doing cow, because many people will still come to this video and tell me that that cheaper way, it is what is killing people in Benue, it is what is killing people fighting over here, Fulanis are doing that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they have a cheaper way of doing it because they do grazing. They do not actually buy food for this animal. So what they do is they do grazing. They graze on open field, and at the end of the day, they have this animal fatting without spending any money at all. And that is what the Fulanis does. But if you have a ranch and you keep all the animals, you have zero grazing policy, you do not take them out. What it means that you are going to be providing everything that the animal need that place in your farm. You are going to be providing water. You are going to be providing their feed, different varieties of grasses or whatever that you feed the animal. At the end of the day, when you want to sell the animal, you will discover that your profit margin is very low. Now, what is that thing that I discovered about the Fulanis? I discovered that there is a different business model when it comes to different livestock. For instance, if you are doing chicken production in your farm, you can brood this chicken, and then you later sell them at 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Done, finished. If you are doing layers, you can brood these layers, rear them, and then when they are up to the time to lay egg, they start laying egg, and you start selling egg. Done, finished. But when you are now doing livestock, like big ruminants, like cattle, you see that some of these cattle, they actually stay with you for a long time. Some can stay with you for 5 years. Some can stay with you for even more than 5 years. Now, within those periods, if your model of farming is reproduction, that is, you just want them to kid and then you sell their kid and all that, that is one of the reasons why most ruminant farms fail. That is why one of the reasons why most cattle farms fail. What do the Fulanis do? Now, listen very carefully. This is where the secret is. When they come to rearing big animals like cattle, they do not only rely on reproduction in order for them to make profit. There is this thing I observe about them, and I call it the Fulani model of rearing cow. What is that secret? Secret is actually very simple. Now, I discovered a particular man in my community, and I discovered that what he does is that always his cow normally multiply. That means his cows normally increase. I met him. He's late right now. He's late. He got sick and died. But I met him and he was like, he told me a secret that I have never talked about. When you look at their cows, you see that today they have 30 cows. When you come back the next year, they have 40 cows or they have 50 cows. And you start imagining, is it just through breeding and reproduction that these cows are multiplying? The answer is, it is not completely true. Because if you look at cattle takes up to 11 months in order for them to get pregnant, actually go through the period of this pregnancy and then kid. So it takes a whole 1 year for one cow to maybe deliver just another cow, just one. So it's a very long period, just like human being getting pregnant for 9 months and giving birth to a baby. It is the same thing with the cow. Now, if you are waiting for 9 months, you are not going to make any money, except you have other places where you make money, you have other source of income. But if that cattle farming is the only thing you do, you should consider this model, this secret that this man told me. So he told me that what they do is this, that they normally also, apart from the female that they keep in their head in order to reproduce, they normally also have male that they fatten. These men are with them, grazing with them. They do two jobs. One job is to get the female pregnant. The second job is to fatten them so that they can have meat. Now, during the period of Christmas, during the period of Salah, during the period of festivals, what they do is that they look at this male and they pick this male and they go to the market and sell them very expensive. When they sell this male very expensive in the cattle market or to people that need them, what they now do is that they use that money and buy smaller ones. So let me give you an instance. Maybe they have this male, and during the Christmas period, we are approaching Christmas period in December, and they take this male to the market and they sell them for, let me say, 1 million. So if they sell them for 1 million, what they do is that they buy smaller ones that are the prices of 150 or 200. So let's assume that they are selling just one. So if they sell it for 1 million, they buy those small ones like 3 or 4. So he went to the market with one cow, but he returned back home with 300% profit, which is the smaller ones. Remember, in the beginning of this video, I told you that these people have a less, I didn't say ethical way, because when I say ethical, we will be talking about another thing. It is not ethical, but they have a less cost-effective way of taking care of their animal. So it is less effective for them. So it is not the most ethical way of doing it, but it's the less effective way of doing it. So he goes back home with 3 animals. So this man, he came to the market with 1 cow, and he ended up going home with 3 cows. He will buy salt with the 1 million. He will buy some things that he will use to fix his house and some few things, and off he goes. So now imagine that this man have 10 cows to sell. Imagine how many cows that this man will buy back. And that is why whenever they charter a pickup, that small pickup to take cows to the market, they normally charter this pickup for going and coming. Because you normally see them, they come to the market with cow, and then they go back to the market. They go back to their farm with cow. What the Fulanis does is exchange, and they don't do transfer. The money, they have cash. The money stays with them. You do not come to the cattle market and say you want to do transfer. It is cash. It is cash. So this money stays with them. I have never forgotten that secret since the man told me this secret. So while they are waiting, during this period, the female can reproduce and give birth, no wahala. The female can give birth, no wahala. So it is an addition to their flock, but they do not play with that exchange of cattle. So now let us bring it home to you. If you have land, remember, don't come to the comment and start telling me about ethical or not. If you have land, like for me, I have where I graze my animal, and I have never had any issue with any farmer because of my animals. Never. I have never had any issues. What is happening in Benue State is beyond the Fulani herdsmen and the farmers' wahala. Because I come from a community of farmers, and I know how we live with them. I'm not saying that they are good people. I'm not saying that they are bad people. But I'm saying that what we have in Benue State and some other place is beyond just cow eating people's destiny. It's beyond that. But that's not what I'm going to talk here. So for all of us, most of us that have land, we have land in all those places in Ogbomoso, in Ogun State. We have 40 hectares of land. We have this thing. Consider using this method. Create a grazing path for your cows so that they can graze. Buy these cows, especially now. Move them to your place. You have lower risk in big ruminant than when it comes to small ruminant. It is very, very hard for your cow to die. It is hard for your cow to die when you are comparing it to goats, when you are comparing it to sheep. It is hard. And then another way the Fulanis also make money from it is milking. Milking. When you come to the north, you see fura. You see that we normally have fura that we drink. These people, they milk their cow every day. And before, this fura that we normally drink this milk from cow that we normally drink was cheap. But right now, it's very expensive. A small rubber is 1,000 naira right now. A small rubber. Now imagine them having 10, 20, 30 cows that they milk from every day. Imagine how much they will be making on a daily basis. So milking of this cow is also another way you will make money. So while you are keeping some for fattening, keep some for reproduction. Those ones you are keeping for fattening, when you reach to December, don't fall in love with your animal. Don't start naming your animals and start falling in love with them. No. Nobody fall in love with animal. You are doing a business and not a hobby. So when you now go, you pick those big ones and go and sell them. Don't come back empty-handed. Make sure you buy times 2. Make sure you buy times 2. In afforestation, that is tree. They will tell you that if you cut down 1 tree, make sure that you plant 2. In livestock, we also tell you, if you sell 1, make sure you buy 2. At least you are coming back with times 2, 100% profit. Don't say the other one is big, this one is small. That is why I say get a grazing area so that you can be grazing this animal. Get a grazing area that you do not need to fight with farmers. Don't look at what is happening in Benue completely and say that grazing your animal is totally wrong. Even here in the UK, they have a pasture land where they go and graze their animal. Even in East Africa, get your own. If you have the money, buy land and get your own. If you do not have the money, look at the community that you are and discuss with them whether you can graze the animal in another part that is not being used. Now, if you cannot even graze this animal, you can buy this ration, feed ration, that we sell here in the north. This feed ration is a combination of grasses. You have groundnut, you have beans, you have millet, you have so many things. You have groundnut husk, so many things mixed in a bag. Mixed in a bag. I will be supplying a truckload of this feed ration to Ogbomosho next week. I'm already discussing with someone. I'm going to be sending from the north. We're going to be sending it to their farm there in Ogbomosho. It is there in the north. You can buy it. Your cow love it. And it is cheap. That is also what we use in supplementing. Another thing you can feed your cow that you will not recognize them is cassava. Cassava peel. Now, if you are lazy and you do not have the means of processing this cassava peel to high quality cassava peel mash, you can just dry this cassava. Dry it very well. Don't give them raw one. Dry it very well and give it to them. Okay? Dry it very well and give it to them. But if you can produce high quality cassava peel mash, that is the best thing that they need. It can replace 70% of maize. You can go and Google more about it and you'll see about this cassava peel mash. Feed them very well. Give them enough water. And do you know what? You will come back to this video. You will come back to my WhatsApp and you will tell me, sure boy, thank you very much. If you have found value in this video, drop in the comment section, sure boy, and I'm going to know that you find value. If you also want me to supply you feeds, this animal feed from the north, I only supply truckloads. But if you want smaller load like J5, sorry, when I say truckload, I mean like J5. You can also buy Sharon, this mini bus load. You can also buy it. The reason why I supply that like that is that your farm might be interior. So if I send it through Wellbill, it might be hard for you to go and get it in the city and all that. So it is better we negotiate with the driver and the driver will drive directly and come to your farm. If you also want to buy these cows, I actually stay in Lafia. And in Lafia, I mean, my business is in Lafia. I live in the United Kingdom, obviously. So we can get you this cow from Lafia and send it to you. You can rear this cow in your location. All you need to do is to feed them well and make sure you don't play with their medication. Yes, and also very important, make sure you don't play with their medication. Give them antibiotics. Give them a multivitamin. Even when they are still sick, normally as a woman being, maybe you they take multivitamin normally. So you can also give them multivitamin normally. You understand? It is a way for you to keep them healthy. You can give them through injection. You can also give them through the mouth. But you are not a Fulani man, so it's hard for you to hold the cow and give them through the mouth, except probably when you are deworming them. Get the vet, get the people that can do it, and they will help you to do it. Feed these animals very well. Rear these animals very well, and you will see the result. Come to my WhatsApp if you need me to supply you these cows. I live in Lafia, and we have very, very cheap cows in Shinge Market, which is one of the biggest cattle markets in the whole of Nigeria. Come there, and you will see how you can buy this cow, and we will ship them to you. If you also need the feed, come to my WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is +234 7053216310, and let us do the business. What do they call me in the country that you reside? Because here in the UK, they call me Shaw Boy. And if you find value from this video, remember our deal. Subscribe to this channel. turn on your notification bell, share this video. Be a honorable person the same way that I'm a honorable man. Except you did not find value, then you can waka and pass. Okay? This is Showboy, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.